This is a podcast from Planet Radio Huddersfield. For more information, go online to planetradio.ning.com. Online at planetradio.ning.com. Daniel Rydings on Planet Radio Huddersfield.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Rip It Up and Start Again here on Planet Radio Huddersfield. I'm Daniel Rydings. You're going to be here with me over the next hour while I play you some killer tunes and probably talk a load of nonsense in the process. If you listened to my show on Tuesday, which I'm sure you all did, you'll know that I don't like to mess around too much and kick things off right away, and today will be no different. I'll be doing that in just a second, but first there was a comment on the Twitter feed during my show on Tuesday which expressed some disappointment, shall we say, that I didn't play any punk, and you're right, there was none, but I wouldn't say it was a complaint or more of an expression of disappointment. So today I've put some info out, and that's what we're going to kick off with. So let's kick things off with the Manchester group, the Buzzcocks. This is Boredom here on Planet Radio Huddersfield. Buzzcocks there, and Boredom on Planet Radio Huddersfield, and that is from the group's 1977 EP, which is named Spiral Scratch. Hopefully I've kept some of you happy with that now, some of you punk fans at least. Anyway, I'm sure it has, unless you wanted The Damned or something like that, and in that case, I'm afraid it's just tough luck. I'm sure you'll voice your opinions on Twitter feed, and maybe even put some requests in for my show on this coming Sunday at 3 p.m, if you like. As I said before, if you missed the start of the show and you're just joining us, I'm Daniel Rydings. This is Rip It Up and Start Again. Be sure to stick around over the next hour because we've got some top tunes coming your way from the likes of Best Coast, The Gun Club, and loads more. But right now, we're going to have, it's the ex-Distillers frontwoman, Brodie Dahl, and her latest project, Spinneret. I'm going to play you a track called Ghetto Love from the EP of the same name, which was released in 2008. So this is Ghetto Love here on Planet Radio Huddersfield. Spinneret there, and Ghetto Love on Planet Radio Huddersfield. I love the bass tone on that track. Oh, it's just for musical anoraks like me, I think, things like that. Maybe you got excited by the bass tone. I don't know. I did. Twitter it in at Planet Huds if you did get excited about a bass tone. I'm pretty sure you didn't, but maybe you did. Who knows? But I do hope wherever you were listening to that it was turned up very, very loud, because I had it quite loud here in the studio. So loud, in fact, that when I played it at home, the environmental health said that they were going to confiscate my record playing equipment at the halls of residence where I lived. I would have liked to have seen that. On the grounds of noise pollution. How ridiculous is that? Very is the answer. Unbelievable. Anyway, you can pollute the air with this next track if you want. It's from an American band called Best Coast. They're from California. They're kind of similar to the Vivian Girls and to Shaki Miyake. I've done it again. I played them for you on Tuesday if you were listening. Very similar to those, kind of dreamy pop coastal surf sounds, which most bands seem to have who come out of California. The track I'll be playing for you next is called Our Deal, and the video for this track features the Hollywood starlet Chloe Moretz. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, probably not. And the video was directed by Drew Barrymore, so they really did pull out some heavyweights for that video. It's a great video and a great song, and here it is on Planet Radio Huddersfield. This is Our Deal by Best Coast. That was Best Coast and Our Deal on Planet Radio Huddersfield. The time is coming up, well, it's just gone. It's just about to turn to 16 minutes past. We've got the news coming up for you at past, so I'm going to play you a few more tunes before that. I've already noticed a little theme developing here already today. well, not only, but there's a lot of tracks on here that are only from albums and EPs of the same name. Like I said, for you anoraks out there, it's not intentional, obviously. It's just the way it happens to be. It is rather strange, though. Anyway, next up, we've got a pop-punk group who were formed in Pennsylvania in 1983. You may or may not be familiar with them, but they go by the name of the Dead Milkmen. And fairly shortly I'll be playing you the track Punk Rock Girl. It's a silly little number about meeting a punk rock girl and then running away with her in a stolen car. Well, I suppose you'd be driving away in a stolen car, wouldn't you? Wouldn't be running away. This is the kind of track that took them from took them from obscurity just to relative obscurity. They've never been commercially successful, but they really are worth checking out. It's eccentric punk pop, I guess you would call it. It's never really given the credit it's deserved. It's usually dismissed as being quite silly, and it is, but it's great at the same time. This is the Dead Milkmen and Punk Rock Girl here on Planet Radio Huddersfield. Punk Rock Girl there by the Dead Milkmen here on Planet Radio Huddersfield. Very silly, I'm sure you'll agree, but you're allowed to be silly every now and then. Alright, at least I think you are anyway. Next up, we've got an artist you'll probably be familiar with, but as a solo artist, I'm going to play you the group Heat Miser, and you may recognise the singer as the late Elliott Smith, who was obviously had a massive solo career. It was quite an outstanding solo career, to be honest, and he died in some tragic and bizarre circumstances in 2003. Heat Miser were his old group, and the track I'm about to play here is a song he carried over into his solo repertoire. It's called Half Right, and it's from the group's third and final studio album released in 1996 named Mike City Sons. I also think that Jimmy Eat World have actually done a cover of it, but this is far better. But if you're into Jimmy Eat World, you should check that out. But here is Heat Miser and Half Right on Planet Radio Huddersfield. That was Heat Miser and Half Right here on Planet Radio Huddersfield. Apologies for the little technical difficulty during that song. We had a naughty word that we had to edit out for you. I thought that might be a bit of a sombre tune to play on a Thursday afternoon, and the weather called for it. But not in a bad way, of course. It's one of those nice, lazy afternoon songs to chill out to, and I do often. On with today's show. Next, we're going to try and pick up the pace a little bit. I'm going to play you a new group called Veronica Falls. They're from England. I actually seen them not long ago supporting the Dum Dum Girls in the tiny Leeds Broodnell Social Club. I actually enjoyed these more as a support act as opposed to the headliners, which if you go to gigs often, it can happen quite a lot of the time. Where you come out talking about support acts over the headliners. The night I seen them, they played this track I'm about to play for you now, and it brought the house down. It was easily the standout track of their set, and probably my favourite that they've done so far. This song is called Bad Feeling, and here it is on Planet Radio Huddersfield. Hello, well, thanks for that, Melissa. Pesky downloaders again. Before the news there, we had Veronica Falls, and that was Bad Feeling. It really reminded me of the Vaselines. They do. Which is undoubtedly a good thing, although some bands don't like having comparisons drawn with other groups. Get a bit touchy about it, don't they? Well, hopefully they're not listening. Or hopefully they are, but hopefully I've not offended you. Who knows? Anyway, next up, we have got some Psychic TV for you. I thought it'd be better to play a bit of a more upbeat track of theirs rather than Jen's stuff from the days of Throbbing Gristle, which is a bit too much of an avant-garde freak out to handle on a Thursday afternoon. Talking about out-of-body experiences and time travel. You don't really want that, do you, while you're eating your tea? Or do you? You maybe do. Anyway, this track is called Godstar, and it's by Psychic TV, and here it is on Radio Huddersfield.